Hello and welcome to a little extra video in the Pong series. A few of you have sent me some bits and pieces of what you've been working on, and I realised that I did not include how you complete your build and make your game an executable so that you can load it and you can share it and play it without having to have Unity installed or anything like that. So this is just a very short video to show you how to go through and do that. It's really quite simple, and you can do it for different platforms as you go through. So if you're on a Mac or if you're on a PC, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you should have your version of Pong or your game that you've been working on. They're all nice and ready to go with the different bits and pieces that we worked on. All you need to do to get it into a version that you can play as a standalone is to go into the build settings. So up under File, and you've got build settings there, and this will open a new window which has not opened on your screen, but on my screen it has. There we go. So it will open this screen. Now it will automatically put in the first scene that it can find or the scene that it's opened on. So for most of us, if we follow through the tutorial and you put everything together, you'll only have the one scene already. So if that's the case, then just make sure that that name there is the same name as the scene that you created your game in, and then all you need to do is choose which your target platform is going to be. So I'm on a PC here at home, so mine would stay as Windows, but you can see there you can swap it over to Mac OS X as well. Architecture you can leave on there at 86, that's fine, and then everything else you can just leave essentially. If you click on build, then it will ask you if you want to, where you want to save it. Now the thing to remember is that, and this is different depending on what platform you're on, is that you need to put all of your files together in a new folder, so that anything that that Unity builds together to make your game run is all in the one place. So what I mean by that is, don't just click desktop and hit select folder and go for your build there, because it will put, especially if you're building for a PC, it will put random files together to make your game work. So the thing to do is to make a new folder, call it whatever you need to call it, so I'll call it Pong Final, and then once you're happy that you've got a folder, you can then select that and the game will build for you. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long. I've already done this, but so it should whip through quite quickly, and I'll show you why it's important to add that folder in, especially for a PC. If you do it for a Mac, it's slightly different. So what you will see is that in my folder where I've just made that game, I've got more than one file. Okay, the name that you've saved your game and the name that you've saved the project in will be the main executable that you need to run it. But you need, for a PC, you need these other folders to be in the same place as the main executable. For a Mac, when you do it, it clumps it all as one, so you actually only have this one file when you do it for a Mac. Okay, so it is slightly different. Those other files, these other folders that you see here, are embedded in that one file. So with a PC, make sure you've got a folder and that you keep all these things together. And that's the same when you share that, or if you share it to anyone else or anyone else, that you just need to make sure that you're always sharing all of the files that are in this folder. Okay, you could add a little readme in and say, just make sure you double click on this one so that people know. But if you're going to share it, then you just zip that folder that includes the file in, and away you go. When you play it, is this going to open in a window? I can't remember. Let's find out. Okay, no it didn't. That's annoying. So I've got mine set to play just as the game itself, which means I've got an option in there where I can go through and I can change some settings. So let's just minimize that. I think I can change it here. Player settings. Let's have a look. Yes, I can. So it's in here. So you can see there, so you may have missed that just down there. So you've got player settings in here. So when you go into here, you can jump into here. You can access this within Unity as well. So you can see there, that's where you can change the name if you want to. You can give it an icon so that it isn't just a default Unity one. You can choose your own and design your own. And then in here, and I now need to find it because I'm not 100% sure where it is, but there should be a section of where we can set a window, so it loads up a option window rather than going straight into the game. resolution and presentation. Full screen. Display. Is that it? Display resolution? Yeah, that's the one. All right. So under the standalone play options, sorry, I went to resolution and presentation. Apologies, I just kind of had to do it blind there a little bit. Resolution and presentation, in that option now under player settings, you've got these standalone player options. And here you can change a few different bits and pieces. You won't need to change much, but what is quite good, if you enable this option here, then when you save your game, so I don't need to apply that, it just saves it directly. And I'll do another build. Let's do Pong Final 2. Let's make a new folder and let's call it Pong Final 2. Oh no, that didn't rename. Pong Final 2. Enter that folder. Make sure we've got number 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so when it does this build, hopefully it will work in a slightly different way. So the one that I did before just launched straight into the game. So you saw the Unity logo and it was straight there, which is fine. But where you've got different settings and maybe different computers that you're sharing it in there, so you can see there, I'm in Pong Final 2, and that's our game again. Now if I double click on this one, what should happen, and it might happen on my second screen, yes it has. There we go. What happens now is now you've got this almost like this mini menu window that you can do. Now within here you can change your screen resolutions, you can change the graphic quality. I've got different monitors, so it's asking for that. And it also shows you the inputs. So it shows you what the controls are as well by default. So, and then hit play and it will play the game. So let's, if I do this windowed, then I can hit play and it should. There we go. Play our game in the window. So it's not perfect, sorry, because it's just slightly different size screens between two monitors that I've got. All right, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's how you build your game. Now, if you have created more than one scene, so if you've managed to take it on a step and you've created a menu screen for your game, what you must do is you must populate this section here where it says scenes in the build with all of your scenes. So let's say, for example, that this example screen scene is my menu screen. It's not, but let's say it is. What I would need to do is I would need to make sure that I drag that into here, and you can see that it will populate into there. You've also got these zeros and ones depending on how you've linked your scenes together in your game, and there's different ways of doing it, so I'm not going to second guess you. You would just need to make sure that you've got these in the right order, so you can see you can drag that down and it changes the value of these. Okay, I want my main screen to be 0, 1 because this example one isn't anything, and then just hit build and your game will go through. All right, and that's all you need to know. That's how you build your game so that you've got a standalone version of the game that you've created in Unity. Apologies, I missed that off last time around, but you've got it now. So if you get that done, you can do some exports of your games and make them into a standalone version. I'm on a PC, so if you're going to send it to me, it would be great if you could do it as a PC version. Zip that folder and stick it on an email and send it to me, and I'd love to see what you've come up with. All right, that's it for now. I'll speak to you soon.